Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to my first kind of Q&A video. It's not really a Q&A because I have the questions already and from only one person, but maybe we can do something like this in the future as well, with more like involving the community. So anyway, a few weeks ago I got an email by Edward, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, and he was asking me 6 questions about having an online business with tutorials, or more specific in my case, Blender tutorials. And yeah, I thought some pretty interesting questions and maybe my answers are interesting too. And let's do a video and share all that with the community. Yeah, without further words, here's the first question. Question number 1. What made you decide to go on your own and start a business, YouTube channel and tutorial website? Well, long story short, a few years ago, I guess it was in 2010, I started making free video tutorials for Blender, back then only in German. And after I published them, I got a lot of positive feedback. And this motivates me to go on and create more free video tutorials, and over the years I created a lot of free tutorials. And then one day we had the idea to make a collection of these tutorials, just put all the free tutorials on a DVD and sell this online. And surprisingly this went really well, and that's the first time I realized that I could make some money, some extra money selling tutorials online. So, and in the years after this, we created another video collection and also some exclusive workshops, for example, about character creation or about creating a low poly car and all that stuff. And yeah, this works pretty good. It's not my main income, but it's nice to have additional income. Yeah, this is basically the reason. I just started something I really love doing, and yeah, it turns out that I could make some money with this. Question number 2. What is the benefit of having a website on top of your YouTube channel? So personally, I won't say only YouTube channel. Basically, I have a website on top of all my social media stuff. So if you're active online on social media, if you're publishing tutorials and all that stuff, it's pretty nice to have a website on top of all that other things. So just if you want to share something, lead them to your website and then they can decide if they want to go to Facebook or all that other stuff if you have the links displayed on your website. So also if you are selling things, nowadays many people not using personal online shops, they are using platforms like Gumroad or in Blender Market. And if you have a website, you can basically have your own shop and just link to the external platforms where you actually sell your stuff. So you basically have everything in one place. And in my case, I'm not only doing this Blender tutorial stuff, I'm also doing client work. So I need to have a portfolio, and I'm doing this Blender workshops in Germany. So I also need a place where I can display my next workshops. So if somebody wants to learn more about you and what you're doing, it's nice to have everything in one place. And from there, he or she can go to all your social media channels if they like. And also it's a great way if you're using Google Analytics, for example. You can track how many people are visiting your website, and you can see which content you are creating is more interesting and which is less interesting. Question number 3. What are the metrics telling you if you're doing well? Like followers, revenue, conversion, freelance clients, etc. Yeah, so I think everyone knows this. If you're doing this online business or just being active in social media, you're always checking your followers, your subscribers, views on videos. This is certainly nice to have, but there's some other things that are more important in my opinion. Certainly if you're having an online shop, you can see if you're doing well with all the stuff you're doing, then you will certainly sell more. Then another indication for me is if you're doing well, then a lot of people will share your things online. So if you just created a new tutorial, for example, and share it online, and then if people reshare it again and again, you can see, okay, this is definitely something that people like. Yeah, and certainly if you're doing well, if you're using Google Analytics or something similar, you can see that drastically more people are visiting your website or viewing your videos or whatever. Yeah, and this way you can analyze all your metrics and see, okay, here is the most interest, put more effort into this direction in the future, for example. And certainly if you have more freelance inquiries, then it's also an indication that you're doing good, that you're doing high quality work, and that people are interested in working with you. Question number 4, how has this changed your way of living? So I think I was a lucky person, and I'm still a lucky person because my life gave me the chance to turn my hobby into my job. And I think if you have a job you really love doing, then the quality of your life is much higher. In general, if you are doing a job you love doing, you're much more satisfied in your life. Also, if you're not gaining much money, in many cases it's like doing your hobby and somebody pays you for this. So not every job is the same, not every job is pure fun. And certainly running a business is much more than only doing Blender stuff. But yeah, I think if the main part of your job is something you really love doing, then you're definitely on the right path. Question number 5, what do you want this to do for you in the long term? Well, at the moment, besides this Blender tutorial stuff, my main income comes from client projects. And certainly sometimes they are pretty cool client projects, but sometimes they are just, you accept projects because it generates some good money. And for me it would be nice if all this Blender tutorial stuff, selling workshops online, that this would generate enough money to have my basic income so that I'm more free to choose between accepting a client project or not, and certainly put more time into creating tutorials, art, and maybe working on a larger project like a 3D animated movie. I don't know, this would be pretty nice. Last question, number 6. What is the biggest challenge you continuously face with your online business? Well, I think time. Well, I have a lot of ideas of maybe great products, but working on a large video workshop, for example, takes a lot of time, and while you're working on it and so on, you don't generate income. That means you have to work on client projects on this time too, and maybe on other projects, and you have to care about your business, you have to care about social media, writing emails and all this stuff. And certainly besides my job, I have a family. So there's only a little time to work on the products, on the things I want to sell online. So in my opinion, life is short and time is the main problem. So you really have to decide on what projects you want to work and what's the highest priority and all that stuff. And yeah, don't waste your time recording stupid videos no one wants to watch. Yeah, and besides time, certainly you have to figure out how to set up your whole online business. And this takes a lot of time. You have to take care about marketing, how you do this right, how to set up your online shops and all that stuff. There's a lot of things to take care about, but yeah, if you just start and start small, then this certainly will develop over the time. Yeah, that's basically it with the 6 questions, but the video is not over yet. I thought I wanted to share some additional thoughts with having an online business. I have to say I'm not an expert in this field, but I've gained some experience over the past. So first of all, if you want to create an online shop, I absolutely not recommend to do it on your own, on your website. Use an external platform like Blender Market, Gumroad, CubeBrush or whatever. There are many platforms and they will handle everything for you. So basically you just have to upload your product, and then if this is online, share the link to the product, put it on your website, and the company behind the platform will handle the rest. This makes your life a lot easier. So yeah, personally I'm using Gumroad and the Blender Market at the moment. Udemy is maybe also interesting if you want to sell online training, and there are many other resources. Also, I would recommend not only using one platform, maybe use multiple platforms, because every platform has a different audience, and yeah, why not benefit from all the possibilities you have. The second thing is, if you're an artist, there are basically, I would say, two general ways to make some money. The one thing is Patreon, a lot of people use, and the other things is just selling tutorials and that stuff on Gumroad or a similar platform. In my opinion, selling stuff on Gumroad is, for my personal case, the better solution. I tried Patreon, it was okay, but you have to frequently upload stuff, and if you're not able to do this, it's hard, and you always have like the feeling you have to do something, you have to do it now because people are waiting for it. So if you can't do this frequently uploads of new content, then I won't recommend Patreon. And certainly you have to do high quality work to gain followers on Patreon so that the income is big enough for you to maybe just work on your personal art. On the other hand, if you're using Gumroad, you're free to just upload new products whenever you are done, and you don't really have to care about a community that is waiting for new content. And I think the Gumroad way is much more relaxed, basically, so I can recommend this. And in terms of products, what kind of products you want to sell, I can recommend create one big product instead of many small products. So certainly you have to make some research, what is a good product you can do, or if you have a good idea. So in my personal opinion, the best products arise from spontaneous ideas. So I would recommend create one big product, put some time and effort also in the marketing, create a nice trailer or teaser, and spread the word all around the social media stuff so that many people can see it and maybe buy it. So, and one very important part of selling stuff is you have to prove that you are an expert in the things that you are doing. So, and the best way to do this is to share free content, to share free video tutorials, for example, or whatever you are doing. And if the people are watching your video and they realize that you are expert in what you're doing, that the quality of your videos is nice, and if you share something for free, people in general are much more willing to give something back, to pay for premium content. So definitely consider sharing free stuff, and that's also a great way to gain followers, subscribers for your newsletter, and in general potential customers. So, and I think this is the best way, giving and taking. So if you give something for free, if you help other people to gain their skills and so on, then it's just natural that people wanted to give something back. Yeah guys, that's it with this video. I hope you learned something and maybe there was some valuable information for you. If so, share this video, tell your friends about it, and certainly if you want to support me, check out my Gumroad shop, and if you want to have my latest news, subscribe to my newsletter. All the links you find in the video description. And also we are talking about giving. If you want to gain your skills and win awesome prizes for 2D and 3D artists, then definitely check out my weekly CG challenge, weeklycgchallenge.com. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we see us in the next video. Goodbye. Oh, you're still here. Okay. Well, I can tell you that I'm working on 2 at the moment, but I can't tell you what it is. So